Can I now introduce the Honourable Minister for Planning, Richard Wynne, to formally open our session today and share some of his insights into affordable housing.
Thank you very much, Christine. Can I also acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nations, and we pay our respects to elders past and present. To many of our friends from local government who are here today, and I think we've got a very significant number of council representatives, both elected and council officers. It would be remiss of me not to acknowledge my own mayor. Mayor Daniel Nguyen is here. Thank you, Daniel, for being here from the City of Yarra. To Danny Addison, the CEO of the UDIA, is with us today, and we welcome you, Danny. And of course, this fantastic crowd of people who are so interested in affordable housing. I wanted to really start today by acknowledging that, in fact, for us as a government, there is nothing more important than safe and secure housing. We know that that is fundamental to people's long-term health and their welfare. Over the past 3.5 years, we have worked hard as a government to help more people break into the housing market. We put the issue of affordable housing back on the table through the Plan Melbourne refresh and announced a series of sweeping reforms through the Victorian housing strategy, Homes for Victorians. The initiatives in Homes for Victorians targeted housing affordability and choice, and the long-term planning for housing and growth, not only across Melbourne, but also into regional Victoria as well. We know that developers want to give something back to the community that they are investing in. Providing affordable housing to Victorians who need it most is a great way to ensure that the community benefits from new development. So before June this year, as Christine pointed out, Victoria's Planning and Environment Act made no mention of affordable housing, leading to confusion and legal uncertainty about the role of housing in facilitating it. I heard from many people, particularly our friends in local government, that the omission of affordable housing from the state's planning legislation was a barrier to the development of affordable housing. Our changes to the Planning and Environment Act establish a flexible, voluntary, and I'll repeat, voluntary framework for affordable housing that supports the inclusion of affordable housing policies or provisions in planning schemes and provides a clear definition and a tool by which to strike affordable housing agreements. These changes are simple in concept, but represent an important step forward in building a legal and policy environment to support the development of affordable housing. So today is about getting into the detail of what these changes mean for you if you're a developer, a local authority, or a community housing provider looking to include affordable housing in a new development. The legislation quite deliberately does not dictate how and where affordable housing should be delivered. The legislation does not specify the ways in which affordable housing should be owned and managed. The legislation quite deliberately leaves room for the parties to any development to identify and pursue creative affordable housing solutions that will meet your local community needs. But for these reforms to work, there needs to be a clear understanding by all parties, between responsible authorities and landowners, on the grounds upon which development of affordable housing can be negotiated. So today I'm pleased to announce a package of initiatives that will assist in building capability and confidence to negotiate affordable housing agreements. The support package has 3 components. The first initiative is a $500,000 support program to assist local government in affordable housing agreement negotiations. Through this program, councils can apply for expert professional advice and support to assist them in negotiating agreements. The program will support professional advice on the development of, on the development economics of a site and assessing the capacity to incorporate affordable housing, or mentoring for council officers in undertaking the negotiation. The second initiative I announced today is a subsidised short course to support capability to enter into future affordable housing agreement negotiations. The course will cover 3 key topics: planning considerations, development economics, and affordable housing delivery models, including the option of partnerships with registered housing providers. This course will be delivered in partnership with industry and professional peak bodies. And finally, we are launching an engagement program to build awareness of the reforms and provide active support to all parties. This will include face-to-face and online seminars and discussion forums, such as today, continuing development of the guidance material on the planning website, and the development of case studies about affordable housing agreement negotiations to highlight both successes and indeed lessons learned. The package will assist in building capability to successfully negotiate affordable housing agreements and ultimately make a positive contribution to the development of more affordable housing. Our reforms to the Planning and Environment Act and the support package that I've announced today are just one part of a bigger program to boost affordable housing supply right across Victoria. Current initiatives aimed at increasing the stock and the quality of affordable housing including public and social housing, such as targets of 6% of all new housing in Fisherman's Bend and the Arden Renewal Precinct to be affordable for low to moderate income households. Our inclusionary housing pilot, which seeks proposals for the delivery of new social housing across six surplus government land parcels. The expressions of interest released last week will ensure that we will have some announcements of preferred tenderers before the end of October. As you know, my colleague, the Honourable Martin Foley, Minister for Housing, Disability and Ageing, also recently announced grants of up to $200,000 awarded to 15 Victorian councils as part of the Social Housing Investment Planning Grants Program. These 15 councils are now taking the next step in planning for innovative new social housing projects designed to meet increasing demand, obviously for affordable housing right across Victoria. These grants, of course, are in addition to the unprecedented $1 billion Victorian Social Housing Growth Fund, established to support innovative partnerships between the government and consortia, including, of course, community housing providers, private not-for-profit and the local government sector. And the first competitive process seeking submissions from consortia is now open, and we very much look forward to your participation in that program. As well as the Victorian Social Housing Growth Fund, the government is also providing over $1.1 billion in low-interest loans and government guarantees through its Building Financial Capacity of Housing Agencies initiatives. And if you look at that suite of initiatives, I would suggest, as a former Minister for Housing, that this is a marvellous commitment by this government, and one that I think when we started this term of government, our aspirations were to ensure that we put in place all of the key initiatives, both in the public, social housing sector, and also we definitely will be seeing opportunities for build to rent coming forward as well. So I think it's an incredibly exciting time to be involved in housing. I think that the initiatives that we've announced today are really important because we know that the people who are assembled here in this room are the right people to ensure that we get the provision of community and social housing right across Victoria. I thank you for being a part of today. This is the start of the next part of our journey, and we very much look forward to the outcome of today's seminar. Thank you so much.